Today's video is a little different. It is still an upgrade video, but this time in the form of a product review. I want to look at window shades, the ones that go against the front screen and the front side windows to block out light, to give you a little privacy in the van. On one side I have the original shades. These are the ones that came with the van. They were kind of free. All you have to do is buying a really expensive van and then you get a set of shades for nothing. On the other side I have a set of third-party shades. These ones are from VanEssential and they are either sold as a set, the ones for the windscreen and the two front windows combined, and then I think they cost about $320. You can buy them separate, and then the ones for the side windows cost I think $150, and the one for the front, for the windscreen, cost about $200. And really the first and most obvious difference is the weight. The ones from VanEssential are so much lighter than the ones from Winnebago. Let me put it on a scale and I show you the difference. So the first contender are the Winnebago ones, and they weigh in at a whopping 5.65 kilograms, or that much in pounds. Well, and now for the VanEssential ones. They weigh in at, wait for it, 2.6 kilograms. That is less than half of what the others were. That much in pounds, still half. And yes, I know what you're saying. Just comparing the weight without really looking at the R value, the insulation value these shades provide, is kind of meaningless, and I totally agree. However, I'm mostly using these shades to block out light for privacy reasons, and I really don't care so much about the R value. Maybe the Winnebagos are much better in that respect. Maybe they are not, maybe they are equal. I'm not testing for that. For me, what matters most is that they block out light, and they both do that just fine. Let me show you. So let's get the Winnebago ones in. They have a darker side and a light gray side, and the way I'm installing them is with the black side towards the outside. And once they are in, it's a really nice fit with almost zero gaps on either side. And they can be installed the other way around with the light gray side facing towards the outside. And this might be better in hot climates to keep the sun out as much as possible. However, for that purpose, I'm carrying a second type of shade, this one with this highly reflective layer on the outside, and I think that's the best option to really keep the inside of the cab cool while parked, obviously. So installing the VanEssential screen, I would say, is much easier just because it's so much lighter. It also has like a light gray side, and I think it also comes in a different color, in like a charcoal gray. It's black on the outside, just like the Winnebago one, and I'm putting it in with the black one facing towards the outside. Wrong way. And I would say these VanEssential ones fit a little bit better than the Winnebago ones. They are a tiny bit bigger and they have this lip on the edge. It folds up and then provides additional light blocking on the sides of the screen. And to be fair, I think I struggled a little more getting the VanEssential ones in than getting the Winnebago ones in. But this is because I don't have a lot of practice. Okay, now for the side windows. I'm doing the Winnebago ones first, and they are actually coded for each side specifically. So this one has a little D here, which means, I guess, driver's side, but I'm putting it in on the passenger side because then I can have the black side facing towards the outside. So there are magnets embedded here in the fabric all around, or at least in a few places. And I guess the idea is to stick the magnets against the frame of the door, and then it should hold in place, and then you can close the door. But really, this never ever worked for me. So these magnets, they just don't hold. So the only way I found installing these is to kind of hold them in place, and then, well, see what a struggle this is. So I have to hold it in place and then close the door. And that pinches in the fabric, the shade between the door and the door frame. But obviously that means if you open the door, they fall right back out. And I also heard some reports that with these screens, because they are pinched in between the door seal and the door, water might leak in. Not good. And in case you're wondering, if I'm using the correct screen, if I'm using the P screen, the passenger side screen for the passenger side, it's kind of the same problem. I mean, it might be a little bit better and those magnets might stick a little bit better, but it's still, I don't know. I mean, let me try that again. No, that's not nice. That's not good. So maybe I'm just too clumsy to install these Winnebago shades properly, but let me show you how much easier it is getting the VanEssential ones in. Again, they have a light gray side, and I'm putting this in facing the inside, and then the black side facing towards the outside. They also have magnets, and they snap right in place. Boom, it's on. And then they can be tucked to the inside of the frame. So first of all, they hold in place just fine. And when I close the door, they stay in place. And they don't get pinched in between the rubber gasket of the door and the door itself. So really there's no chance that these will allow water to leak in. And they stay in place. You can actually open the door. They don't fall out. And they don't leave any gap around the window. There's no light leaking in and nobody can peek in. They have nice straps too. Oops. And as for storing, they both fit relatively easily onto the shelf over the cab. Obviously not both at the same time. These are the Winnebago ones. Well, I guess the VanEssential ones fit a little bit better because they come in two bags, so it's easier to stack them against the curved roof here. And because they are so much lighter, it's way easier to put them in. I really like these VanEssential shades. They are way lighter than the Winnebago ones. They fit better than the Winnebago ones. And installing them is way less frustrating. And also the Winnebago ones, they have a weird smell. The VanEssential ones don't. So that's an additional bonus. All that's left to do now with the Winnebago ones is putting them in a box. Good to go now. I will be dropping them off at the post office and they will find a new home in Wyoming. Well, and that's all I had for today. As always, thank you for watching and I hope to see you soon. Bye bye.